Seemed like he had a pretty good day for the kickers, especially at the end with both Joseph and Seibert making those pressure kicks.
Yeah, I thought they did well. They had to come back, and it's just consistency with those guys too. Like I said the other night, I just want it through the uprights. That's all.
Was that the first time Drew's taken snaps with the one?
It may have been.
And if so,
Yeah.
just wanted to get him out there with them? Or?
Yeah, just different combinations of different things. Always preparing for things, and with the receivers more so than anything. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Baker had thrown a bunch of balls earlier in practice and just wanted to kind of even it up some. We've still got a month to go in training camp, so.
Was it part of the natural progression to get Kareem Hunt in team drills now, and is it encouraging to see him?
Yeah, it's good to have him out there. He's been working hard on getting back to the point he's at right now, and that's where we're at.
Does that mean that you can continue to get him ready and play him in the preseason game in Indianapolis?
Are you asking if he's going to play in Indianapolis?
I mean, is that the plan?
Come out and say it.
Is it the plan to play him?
We don't know yet. We're seeing how he progresses, and what we don't want to do is lengthen the length of time that he's been out. So we'll play it day by day, just like a lot of guys.
Do you know exactly what Wednesday and Thursday will be, or do you still have to talk to Frank?
No, Frank and I talked over the summer, got everything organized, and we're ready to roll.
Is that for live tackling at Purdy?
I don't think so. We'll save the live stuff for the game. Oh yeah, we're not going to practice against them in helmets.
So. I mentioned that consistency has been looked for out of Njoku, but coming off of that play made in the corner of the end zone, that's an example of what that he can bring this team if he gets consistent and
right.
Makes plays like that.
Yeah, it is. We just need it every day. Like I told you guys before, I just want to know what I'm getting when we go to the field, and then we can plan accordingly. But if you never know what you're going to get, then it's hard to plan. I want the same guy every day with everybody. I try to be the same person every day. I just want everybody around me to be the same guy every day.
He's a first-round pick, so is he a special talent in Njoku?
Yeah, of course his ability got him drafted. But once you have the round that you're in doesn't matter when you're here. It doesn't matter to us how you got here, which is very evident with a bunch of our guys, right? So we don't care how they got here. It's how you're going to stay here and how you're going to help this team win is what I'm worried about.
Are you seeing him, though, take those steps to, like you said, be the same guy, be the consistent guy that you can depend on? Are you seeing that from him, that progress?
I think he's trying. I think David's trying. He understands what the problem is. We like to identify problems and then attack that problem, all right? And I think he's doing that. But we got progress to go. We've got to get better every day, and he falls into that bill,
Ryan said that Baker's going to be coach out there this season. Is that something that you're seeing as well, and how encouraging is that?
Say that one more time.
Ryan Lindley said Baker's going to be like another coach out there today, an extension for you guys. How encouraging is that for you?
Well, I would hope it's every day. That's what leaders do. That's what that's what he's coached to do. That's what he's done in the past, and of course, yeah.
With a guy like Mac Wilson, we see him make those big interceptions. He had the 2 on Thursday night. When you decide when a guy should move up on the depth chart, when should he start taking reps of the ones? Like, what goes into that, and what does he still have to show?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you try to find your best 11, however it plays out. But we're not even. I mean, I know you guys think I'm like lying. There's no real. I mean, we've got starters, of course, but there's a lot of positions that are being battled for, and I'd be doing a disservice to everybody that's competing for those jobs to name a starter right now. So, we're not into naming starters right now. It's just whoever the hell's out there we want to play, and play well. And they're expected to play well. Our threes are expected to play well. Our twos are expected to play well. So, where you going, man? Bathroom, let me guess.
I get what you're saying, but don't. Eventually, you would need to see him with the rest of the starters to get a sense if he can kind of handle that step up.
Yeah, I think so. But the game of football is about one-on-one matchups in a strategy situation. So he needs to show he can win his one-on-one battles and then maybe he gets that right. But we've got other guys out there competing too that's doing pretty well. Just because he made 2 splash plays you didn't see the busted assignments. I'm not saying he busted assignments, but he's busted assignments out here on the practice field. And for us, that's just the practice field is just an extension of the game. So, we need just like I said a while ago, I just need consistency every day, and that's what I'm looking for. Not to take anything away from his plays, but if you make 2 good plays and 3 plays that kill you, and I'm talking about generally, I'm not talking about necessarily Mac, but I want to see him coming back from those bad plays. It's how you come back and play the next play. It's not necessarily the play that you just did, because by the time you think about the play you just did, it's in the past, and we're not thinking about the past either. So.
You got Demetrius today. Is that still?
Yeah.
How would you characterize the tight end situation after Njoku?
Well, I think it's better today than it was yesterday because we got one of them back. And those guys have a lot to do. Demetrius got some things to catch up on. But I thought he looked pretty good today, and I was happy to see him back.
Another thing that Lindley said today, and this was in relation to Mayfield's improvisational skills. He said he's really good at it. And the way he treats that is, he said he treats him like a Mustang. You don't want to harness him in too much because that's one of the things that makes him great. But how much do you have to harness him after certain plays where maybe improvise too much?
Well, I think that's part of when you have a skill set like Baker has, that's what you have to determine, is when to escape and when to shuffle and move. And, that's why we're practicing, is to get those feel for the things, feel for the pocket. I know he's safer inside the pocket. So you never, with somebody with that kind of skill, you don't ever want to diminish the fact that he can get outside the pocket, because that's where the big plays are created a lot of times. So it's just something we're working through, and he's working through, and he's continuing to get better at it.
Is his knack for that advanced to the extent that you don't have to coach him too much on those points?
On escaping?
Yeah.
No, I don't really think you can coach anybody on escaping, and if they tell you they can, they're lying to you. So I think you just have to have a feel for the pocket, and when it's collapsing or whatever, you got to get out of there or sit there and take a sack, and I don't like sacks.
Just curious, what number did you wear?
9.
Was that the same number you had in high school?
No, it is not. I had 12 and 14 in high school. I had 12 when I played wide receiver, and I had 14 when I started playing quarterback. I was very versatile.
Jersey number mean anything to you? Some guys does.
I mean, it did until I didn't get the number I wanted at Alabama, and then it didn't. So I wanted number 12, but our punter at the time had it. So go figure. No, they didn't. They didn't. They had a punter named Brian Deal. He had number 12. Joe Namath, Kenny Stabler, Steve Sloan. A bunch of those guys had number 12.
So you
I think Steve Sloan. Excuse me?
So you wanted to be the next
That definitely affected how I played. So I'd have played much better in 12 than I did 9.
Now they promise those numbers in recruiting.
Yeah, a bunch of them get promised that same number.
Terrence Mitchell with the pick today. Terrence Mitchell sort of seems like a you kind of guy, just the way he operates and plays and all that kind of stuff.
You know what I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but a couple of weeks ago we gave Greedy some 1 reps. I don't know if you remember, it was it was a switch. What I like about Mitch is he continued to work. He didn't let it affect him. He just continued to work. And then what happens? You start making plays. Just like Alabama, Big Al. The linebacker you just. I was saying, you were trying to help me out there. And I'm just kidding. Trying to get you guys to laugh. Y'all being all serious today. Just like Mac. He struggled early in camp. And he just kept working, kept his head down. And that's what happens. Sometimes you come through the other side being a better player than you were. All right, and we've got several examples of that. But that's what we're expecting. This is training camp. We're trying to get better every day. And if they ever stop getting better, then we probably don't need them.
We saw this Devereaux Lawrence with a sack the other night, and I know Richardson wasn't in the team, but Devereaux was mixing in with the ones, and it seemed like he showed up even then. So what are you getting out of him? What's jumping off?
Again, that's a perfect example. The week. I don't know if you guys paid any attention or not, but the week leading up to the game, we couldn't block him. So that was a continuation of practice. practice doesn't mean anything until it does. And sometimes people like to focus on the fact of they're not making plays in practice, and then they kind of get discouraged, and then that's when their game production comes down. So we don't ever want to look at the scoreboard. We don't ever want to look at the production. We just want to get better for the Cleveland Browns. That's it. And that's what he did, So that's 3 good examples right there.